So I told a story about how I landed in a strange country with just 200 naira in my pocket, and people have been asking me to go deeper to explain better. So I'm going to explain. All right. So it happened some years ago. At this time, I've never been in a flight. I've never been in an airplane. All right, and I was running my own thing. Okay, I was okay, but then I woke up one morning and typed, went to Google and searched the richest country in the world, something like that. And then the first country on the list, I said, I'm going to this country, you know. So this was how it started. But then after like some weeks, I was applying for jobs, doing everything. There was really no response. The only response I got, the salary wasn't impressive. So like it wasn't impressive for me to leave what I was doing and travel out. So one night I was sleeping. I've already forgotten about the whole thing, you know, after a month or two have passed. I was sleeping one night. I woke up by 3 a.m. and I realized that I had a dream. It was a dream that woke me up. And in the dream, the very last thing I remember was that somebody left me a message saying I should come over and work with them in that country. So this dream was so clear. You know, have you ever had a lucid dream? It was so clear. I was sure. I was 100% sure that the message was somewhere. So I rolled over, opened my laptop, and went straight to my email and searched unread messages. Like I was so sure that I searched unread messages for the past year. I was scrolling. There was really nothing like that, you know. I went to my spam box and searched. Nothing like that. Then naturally LinkedIn, you know, LinkedIn is a job platform. I was like, oh, maybe it's in LinkedIn. I went to LinkedIn and searched messages, tons of messages, but they are mostly spam messages, you know, on serious stuff. So I was like, maybe it's just a dream. And then it occurred to me, have you checked Facebook? I went to my Facebook and checked the regular inbox, nothing there. But then I remembered, there is another section of your messages called message request. And if you're watching this and you've not checked it, go to your Facebook inbox. At the top, you'll see message request. Click there, you'll see messages that people sent you that Facebook filtered out. Mostly people that don't follow you or have any connection with you, Facebook will filter them out. And those messages can get lost there. And something important might be there. When I clicked on it and through, the message was there. It was a guy, it was not even in Nigeria, a white guy messaged me and said, hey, we've seen your stuff online. You know, can you come work with us? If you agree, just call this number. Boom. I was like, what? And you know, spam messages and all these scam messages come like that. But this one, immediately I saw it, I knew this was the message that woke me up. So I connected with the number, we spoke, and then we scheduled an interview. About 6-7 people interviewed me, and I smashed the interview. And then they handed me over to the HR to agree on when I would leave the country and move to Nigeria and move to the country. So I was just posting them. Like after that point, I was mentally not ready. Like there was this a little fear, hesitation for me to travel. But everything was nice. The salary, everything was perfectly the way I wanted it to be. I kept posting them week after week till almost 2 months. Almost 2 months before I finally agreed. I think the whole interview happened in February, March, April. I left somewhere in April, sometime in April. So at the end of the day, I fixed a date to leave. So that was really my first international flight. I've gone to many countries in Africa, you know, by road, but really never in a plane that flew out of Nigeria. It was my first flight. So I really didn't understand the timing, how flights do. I was thinking it's like bus. Like if you miss flights, you know, you can stop if you miss a bus, you can stop the bus, you know. Hey, wait for me, the bus will apply brake, then you jump in. So the flight was around 3 a.m. I left late, you know. When I arrived, I was 5 minutes late. They have already closed their booking and gone. Wow. So everybody in the airport was telling me they just closed their booking like 3 minutes before you arrived. Jeez. And I was asking, is there no way they can just let me in? They said no. I was like, what? So I started asking. They told me to wait till 10 a.m. in the morning. This was around 3. I had to wait at the airport till around 10 when some people that book flights come. So when they came, I explained everything to some of them that book flight. They are like mini vendors, kiosks inside the airport. So each one told me that you just have to book another flight I will first of all contact the airline and know what's up. When I contacted the airline, provided my visa and everything, they told me that it would take about 2 months for them to refund me, that they will investigate and know. I was like, me waiting in Nigeria for 2 months is never going to happen. I'm traveling today. So the people at the kiosks that advised me to contact the airline now told me that, well, if I really want to leave the country today, I have to book a flight today. So they checked different airlines and they found one that was leaving that same day, but around 6 p.m. in the evening. Remember, this is around 10 a.m. in the morning. So when they showed me the flight ticket, the money was so huge and it was more than what I had in my account. But I was like, I'm leaving this country today. So I left the airport, went back to my place, and started selling things. I sold off 1, 2, 3, 4 things. From that 10 a.m., 11, around 3 p.m., I've already raised enough money to complete what was in my bank account. And I went back to the airport. I booked the flight around 3 p.m. 6 p.m., I was on the flight. I left the country. So from that 6 p.m., I arrived the country around 5 in the morning, 5 a.m. So it was 5 a.m. in the morning. We arrived. The airport was massive. We're talking about really, mentally in my mind, the airport was the size of about 10 to 15 football fields. Because from where the plane landed to where the lobby is, geez, almost 30 minutes walk inside the airport to inside the building of the airport, almost 20-30 minutes. So but at the end of the day, we arrived there and I sat down at the lobby. You know, you could see Uber arriving and picking people. Me sitting down is just to rest from all the waka waka. And then I saw people withdrawing money at the ATM. That was when it hit me. Where's your own money? I was like, okay. I searched my pocket. 200 naira. That's the only cash that is in my pocket. I checked the bag I came with, everything. There was no money. So I took my ATM, went to the ATM machine and checked my balance. Woo. My Nigerian ATM was working there. Checked my balance. There was no money. Like if you talked, it could echo back to you. My bank account was empty. Yeah. I looked around. I was like, geez, like, am I really trapped in this country? Everybody, I was the only black in the whole airport. From that place, the plane dropped us to the whole, everybody I saw, I was the only black. Right? How do I start explaining myself to these white people? You know what I'm saying? So I came from Nigeria and I lost all my money. So I went back to where I was sitting and I sat down like this and closed my eyes. I wasn't praying or anything. I was just trying to allow myself calm down and think clearly. And I was telling myself there has to be a way. Well, I've solved the first problem, which was leave Nigeria that wanted to hold me back. But now I'm trapped here. And then it occurred to me, boom, there is an airport Wi-Fi. So I went to the security guy and was like, hey, the airport Wi-Fi, how can I connect to it? He took my phone, pum, 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 pum. I connected to the Wi-Fi. Immediately, I called the HR. I went to WhatsApp, called the HR of the company I was going to work with. The HR was in the bathroom. This was around 6 a.m. already. The woman was in the bathroom preparing for work because you can hear the shower and everything. I was like, hey, what's up? You've arrived? I said, yes. Then I switched it up. I was like, how can you just bring me into this country and you didn't arrange for where I'm going to stay? Where am I going to stay? She was like, oh, no, don't worry. I thought you said you had somewhere you can stay. I said, I didn't say nothing. Give me where to stay in this country. And she was like, I'm coming. Give me 10 minutes. She cut the call. 10 minutes later, she called me and she told me that she has forwarded me details of the hotel room I'm going to stay. 5-star hotel. Nice hotel. Jeez. And then I called back again. Like, how do I get to the hotel? Where's my ride? You know? She was like, don't worry. Give me another 5 minutes. Boom. Uber landed, called me. I got into the Uber. When I got to the hotel room, I realized that I'm still trapped. Like from the hotel, how do I make it to work? So I told the Uber to wait. Uber waited. I went up, changed into my suit and everything, straight to work. Somewhere that just landed in the morning, I arrived work. It was from work that they gave me my own office, my own everything because I was a C-level executive. And then every day Uber was picking me from the hotel to the office and back every day. They deducted it from my salary, transport allowance. But then eventually, they told me they were going to stop. And I told them, hey, why not give me half of my salary, you know, after like 2 or 3